Hello and welcome to Physics Fallacies. In this series, I discuss what I believe to be some of physics' greatest fallacies. A fallacy is a mistaken belief. A fallacy can occur when somebody jumps to a conclusion without having all the necessary information. When a fallacy is presented by a person of authority, such as a physicist, most people will not question it, and it will remain an unquestionable truth or fact. I believe as individuals it is our duty to question everything and everyone. Today, scientists believe that there are four fundamental forces in nature: the strong nuclear force, the weak nuclear force, electromagnetic force, and gravitational force. While this may not be a fallacy, I believe that it is not complete. In 1643, an Italian physicist named Evangelista Torricelli was the first person to create a vacuum in a lab. The way I understand it, one day Mr. Torricelli was dinking around in his lab. He took a test tube and filled it partially full of mercury. Then he quickly turned the test tube upside down and noticed that the mercury fell part way and suddenly stopped. He had basically discovered vacuum. Since this time, this discovery has led to many advances in physics and industry. I'm sure like all of you at one time have taken the straw from a fountain drink, held your thumb over the straw, and lifted the fluid, and noticed that it remained in the straw, until you removed your thumb. I was always amazed how half an inch of nothing could lift anything, such as a fluid that weighs 8 pounds to the gallon. I'm sure you have all seen astronauts drinking in space. They squirt the fluid into the capsule, and then suck it up, as if they are doing Jell-O shots. This is because there is little or no gravity pulling on the fluid. Almost everything that we know of has an opposite. The opposite of hot is cold, good is evil. Magnets have an opposing force, north and south. And electricity has a positive and a negative. Scientists today believe that gravity does not have an opposing force. They try to explain it away by calling it a centripetal force or anti-gravity. I believe that vacuum and gravity are opposing forces. The definition of force is strength or energy being brought to bear. If gravity is a force, what is it bearing on, if not vacuum? When I was a child, like most children, I wondered what held the clouds up in the sky. This theory would answer why gravity is trying to pull things to the center of the earth, and why the vacuum of space is trying to pull it away. Nitrogen seems to be the medium that keeps our atmosphere in balance. Gases near the surface of our planet become hot and less dense from the radiation reflecting from the surface of our planet. Then vacuum is able to take over and try to pull all these gases higher into the atmosphere. As they rise higher in the atmosphere, they begin to cool and become more dense. Then gravity takes over and tries to pull them back to the surface. This is part of what creates our weather patterns. This tells me that vacuum is a force. I think it is time for scientists to recognize vacuum as a force. That would bring the number of fundamental forces to 5. There may be many more that we haven't discovered yet. I believe that vacuum is the first most fundamental force, because it is the most prevalent in our universe. Gravity would be second, and then electromagnetic force, and then the strong and weak nuclear forces. I believe scientists and physicists should use more questions and fewer statements. Leave the answer open-ended. Leave room for improvement. I have come to the conclusion that scientists come to too many conclusions, misleading people to the conclusion that they are facts. I find this counterproductive. And with that, I will conclude this video. Thank you.